Do you know what it's like to be stuck? Stuck around others, your neighborhood, your city, your province, state, wherever you live, just to feel stuck. Do you know what it's like? The feeling of your mother not knowing if her lights will be turned back on. The feeling of whether or not you could go to the store tomorrow due to your block being cut off because of someone being gunned down. Do you know what it's like to feel stuck? I can tell you my first time feeling stuck. My first time feeling stuck is when I would visit my brother. He was with his godparents and we went to a more economically stable part of the state. Houses, lawns, well-furnished houses, dogs. You could walk your dogs in the neighborhood and you would feel no feeling of violence, no instability, no crying of children, but the crying of your own heart because you realize this isn't your place, but you play nice because you're here for someone. I was here for my brother. I was driven and dropped off, and I would walk up to the door and knock just for them to open the door and look at me and put on a fake smile and look back before thinking twice about closing the door in my face just to see my younger brother run up and give me the tightest hug because he felt unsafe, unwell, not from abuse or just sadness. He felt sad. He felt sad about being alone because no one understood what he was going through. It didn't feel like him. It didn't feel like home to him. I felt alone, being in his world and leaving mine. When he would walk me around the neighborhood with his new parents' dogs, it felt different to me. 12 wasn't on the corner watching you. You didn't have people staring at you like you had money and ready to think their next few moves ahead to get ahead of you. You didn't have people driving down the street bumping loud music, bumping Yeezy and Jay-Z, screaming out about political advancements or inequality or inequity. You just heard the sprinkles of water, the soothing ponds of a place away from infertility. Just to see his face light up when I was there. Every day we played the game. We would go outside, we would play football, we would run around the neighborhood just having fun with other kids, playing games like we usually do, only to be brought back to that place where he felt like he didn't belong and I felt like the true outsider because he didn't like me. Just to find out that his sisters, where one was a stripper and the other one was trying to go to college but trying to do sleazy things to get through. And they would take care of him, and only for him to realize in blind faith that they were okay when they really weren't. I felt stuck in that moment before returning. When I would return to my neighborhood each time from traveling to a different place, you name it, a different place domestically, you name your states, whichever, I would come back to the same nonsense, the same problems, the same imbravity, the same whatever. And it didn't change. My family would run out and party before they would handle their responsibilities. My neighborhood would only care about the downtown area where they would bring more money and more influence and more talks of upgrading it while leaving behind the old neighborhoods, as they call it, the slums. Even different forms of redlining that never got fixed. And the only thing they cared about were the historical buildings. Why should we care about these old areas in the neighborhood? Because they hold history for us. It doesn't matter who you are, it holds history because you live here now. But I felt stuck nonetheless. Stuck between my family and my parents and my sisters and my brothers and my cousins and my aunts and uncles, everyone, my friends. I felt stuck because no one realized that we are all stuck here with no way out. You're wondering what I mean by stuck. I mean stuck in our old ways. They were stuck running the streets. They were stuck fighting outside. They were stuck handling people, running them down. They were stuck dealing. They were stuck running after people. They were stuck holding grudges. They were stuck trying to get through something that they had no idea the full gravity of what it did to them. They were stuck in what they would call home, but it wasn't. They were high on that feeling of falsehood. We didn't have it. We didn't have our way out like everyone else did. That kid who would walk in saying, oh, my parents just paid for this, and this. Oh, I have my way out. I just got the new Mercedes. I just got this new apartment. I have all this just for them to come at me and say, well, you have that nice personality. You should look up in life. This isn't really all that bad. You just gotta stick it out and you'll get out. And I realized in that moment, they were stuck too. Not stuck in the situation, but stuck in mindset. They would think their parents would pay for everything. They would take care of everything for them when just the next day, the parents would say, oh, we're cutting you off. And they would come to school crying their eyes out. And for me, just to hold them, and they would cry into my shoulder. And as I pat their back, I would remember. I was on the fence of whether or not I should congratulate them, or should feel worried that they're stuck just like I was. Being stuck can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing, but most times it is a bad thing. No one likes the feeling of being stuck. But in some cases, you should. You should feel great that you're stuck around people who are like-minded and are progressive in what they want to do. Around them where they have different options, different influences, different cultures around them, not just the same thing. Willing to change. But you see where I come from, they weren't willing to change. Like they're kind of out there who are still struggling whether or not they want to even see change. Whether they want to break the backs of other people just to get what they want, or if they want to really put in the effort, but really, they're still stuck. It doesn't matter if it was physical, mental, spiritual, anything in between that, they were still stuck inside. Some people would escape from their problems by just going inside and watching TV or playing video games, watching or creating arts and crafts and never showing it out to the world just to get away from their form of reality, the form of escapism that changes some and is a great feeling in the short term, but really in the long term, what does it do for you? It didn't do anything. Just a new addiction, just a different form. And it brought you back home to being stuck again. When you traveled out and you got to see everyone's different places, when you went to New York City, or you went to Atlanta, or you went to you went to Chicago, or you went to Detroit, or you went to, who knows, Boston, just to see their different cultures and their influences. Heck, you could go to California or Austin, Texas, or Denver, and you can see everything. Seattle, to realize they're still stuck too. Different area, different influences. It could be the same, but be much different from where they come from. You're stuck just like everyone else. And just for you to come home and you realize you had a fun time and how you can't wait to go back. But when you ponder on it some more, what was really different other than the experience you just had? When they go home, they have to deal with the same problems as you. Maybe not at the same level, but similar problems. Some are financial, some are social, some are just some are environmental, some of them are just personal. Why did you think yours was different? Because it was personal. You were stuck just like everyone else. Stuck in your ways. Stuck inside. And stuck in a place that none of us like to feel like is home. A place where no one likes to sit, no one likes to feel like they're there because it feels horrible, feels contrived, feels terrible. And no matter how many folklores you read about it, it makes everyone feel like it's a dark place where no one ever gets to escape because it's just a place where nothing ever changes. You're in a loop again and again and again, just for it to hit rewind and for you to wake up and start it all over again. And if you haven't caught up with what I'm talking about, I mean purgatory. And that's how it felt every day waking up. My only rest was my dreams, where I could change different things, where I could feel like a superhero, where I could deal where things were different, where I didn't have to look over my shoulder and worried about what was my skin, or what type of person I was, or what other people identified me as, or what I liked to do. I didn't feel like an outsider inside, but when I woke up, it was the same story. I was stuck in that same old place that we all hate to go back to. The good old purgatory.